Hi guys, happy Saturday. Yesterday our wonderful Belgian government had their approximately the 27th useless meeting. So now in Belgium, bars are going to be closed for 1 month starting Monday. Restaurants are going to be closed for 1 month, and icing on the cake, we have a curfew from midnight to 5 a.m. and this is starting to get absolutely ridiculous, and you can come at me if you want. I don't care at this point. I get that healthcare professionals are so busy, they are tired, they're working extra shifts, extra hours for months now. I get that, but I didn't know that the coronavirus was a nocturnal virus that would attack people only at night. So now people are not gonna get the coronavirus. Okay, maybe they're not gonna die from it, but they're gonna die from depression, isolation, poverty, because all the people who work in bars, who work in restaurants, they need to make a living. And now what are they gonna do? Are they gonna live off the little paycheck the government gave them? That doesn't make any sense. At this point, it feels like the government is taking decisions to save people, but they're killing others. Do you know how many people killed themselves during the beginning of this pandemic? Because of depression, because of isolation, because they didn't know if they could feed their family? Here are some examples. A 19-year-old waitress in England died in a hospital after a suicide attempt because of fears of the mental health impacts of isolation. A 66-year-old man with throat cancer hanged himself in a New York City hospital after testing positive for the coronavirus. A man in Illinois who feared that he and his girlfriend contracted the coronavirus fatally shot his girlfriend and then killed himself. They tested negative for the coronavirus. A 36-year-old Bangladeshi man killed himself because he and people in his village thought that he was infected with COVID-19 because he had fever and cold symptoms. A postmortem examination showed that he did not have COVID-19. The 49-year-old head of the emergency department in a New York City hospital died by suicide after telling her family about the tremendous suffering and death she witnessed while taking care of the coronavirus patient. Also, there is a huge increase of calls to suicide prevention hotlines in the USA during the current COVID-19 epidemic. In summary, studies indicate that the COVID-19 pandemic is associated with distress, anxiety, fear of contagion, depression, and insomnia in the general population. Healthcare professionals are especially distressed. There are many examples of people killing themselves because they can't afford to feed their families anymore. They can't handle isolation. I'm pretty lucky because I live with my family, I have friends I can talk to, and also I have YouTube so I can talk with you guys. But some people, they just live in a small flat by themselves, and if they can't go out to meet with people, they're just lonely, and loneliness kills people. Oh yes, because also one of the measures the government took is that we can only see one other person outside of the household. I mean, what about what happens when I take the subway then? Because in the subway we're basically packed like sardines in a can. And I'm not even joking. The other day I was between two tall men and I was literally smelling the armpit of one of the men. We didn't social distance then. So is he my one person? Is this person that smelled the armpit, is he my one person? Because I was pretty close to him in the subway. Maybe if I want to see my friends, I need to see them in the subway, because apparently in the subway the social bubble doesn't count. And a lot of people are starting to get really frustrated, tired, and even angry at this, because this is starting to feel more and more like a dictator, because we don't want this. Most of the people I talk to on Facebook groups, in real life, on the internet, most of us, we don't agree with this. So what are we going to do? Boycott the whole thing? Well, we can't. We can't, obviously. They're talking about a second quarantine, a second lockdown. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I mean, I'm 24. I would like to live my life now. I think you had 7 months to handle the crisis. if the coronavirus crisis wasn't handled, maybe it means that the coronavirus is going to stick around forever. So maybe we should adapt to the coronavirus. You know, take measures that can last in the long run instead of imposing curfews. I didn't know we were at war, because that's the only time people are supposed to use a curfew. I know that a few people are gonna be so mad when they see this, but at this point, if I die, I die. I'm wearing my mask, I social distance, I follow all the guidelines, but the curfews, the restaurants, the lockdown again, and also from Monday we don't think we're gonna have any classes at school anymore. Everything is gonna be online again, just like in March. I mean, it's been 7 months. Is it going to stay like this now forever? Is the economy just gonna freeze forever now because of the virus? Well, then we're not going to die from the virus, we're just all going to die from starvation. I don't know which one is worse, to be honest. Well, no, I know. I would rather die from the coronavirus in 10 years than live like this in a fucking lockdown, only able to see one person outside of my household. Just saying this out loud makes me laugh. That's ridiculous. That's it for my rant today. I just wanted to get this off my chest. I don't know yet if this is going to be a video by itself, because I think it's an important discussion to have, or if I'm going to include this in Vlogtober. I don't know, I'm just so frustrated by the situation. I don't even know what to do, what to say. I don't want to appear like I don't care if people die from the virus, but at this point I care about people who die from all the other factors. So I don't know. What do you think about this? Just tell me, I'm so curious to know. Do you agree with those measures? Are you against them? I'm very curious because I have not met one single person who applauded when they heard the new measures. Everyone was just like, okay, we're just gonna die from depression and kill ourselves now. Yeah, trigger warning. Great, amazing. The next video is going to be more fun than this one. Sorry, but I needed to say this, you know. Stay tuned.